Whether you're new or you're a veteran player of Kenshi, the game is pretty brutal and can be very unforgiving. My name is Solid Holiday, and today my goal is to help new and old players alike with some small tips and tricks that will help you succeed in the Kenshiverse. The first tip that I have for you is a very simple one, and one that you can and probably should do in just about every game to make it a little bit easier and a little bit more efficient for you. That's keybinds. I pause, play, and fast forward all keybound to my mouse. So that way it's right there and I have easy access to it. You may ask, like, Solid, what's the big difference? It only takes me a second to click the button in game. But until you try it, you don't really realize how much more control and how much more fluid the game feels when you have it keybound to your liking. So I challenge you to try it and see what you think of it. I think that you will see a huge improvement once you find out what you like. Tip number 2, in my opinion, is probably the most important tip on this list. When you start your new game and you have a base established, get 1 or 2 people to start making weapons and armor as soon as possible. Have them just constantly making weapons. You can click repeat Q in the crafting menu so they will continue to make weapons and armor respectively until they're out of resources. This will limit your resources, but I believe it's 100% worth it. This makes it so your characters will be decked out in awesome armor and weapons. And this will also make it so that the new players you get in your squad will not be completely worthless, and those characters will survive just a little bit longer so they can continue to train up their skills. Another huge plus to this is it will make you a lot of money. You can sell the junk weapons and armor for about 100 to 300 cats per piece. And when you get that skill up to the high grade, they will sell for 3,000 plus per piece. So like I said, I believe it's 100% worth the time and resources that you invest into it. Third tip. When you're training your strength, you have to overload your inventory, right? Like you have to fill it completely with iron ore. But what this does is it increases your strength XP modifier to 25%. But if you pick someone up while your inventory is overloaded like that, it will raise your strength XP modifier to 50%. This will slow you down even more, but it will train your strength twice as fast. If you have a base, you can actually automate the strength training process. If you have a stone mine and a stone processor, leave enough room in your inventory for a single building material. Then what you need to do is build a building material storage, and you can assign the individual to haul to the storage by shift clicking it, and that person will automatically haul to the storage so they can build up their strength without you having to constantly watch over them and click for them. The fourth tip that I have for you is, say you have a pack animal of some sort, such as Garu or Packbull or something like that, right? They can loot storage boxes and weapons crates, but sadly they themselves cannot loot enemies. What you can do is have the pack animal follow one of your characters. And when you go to loot that enemy with your character, just switch over to your pack animal and they will be able to loot that enemy. This makes it so you do not have to do a bunch of trading and switching back and forth from character to character, and makes the whole process a lot easier and faster for you. Fifth tipperino. Say you get attacked, right? And you get your butt kicked like we all do in Kenshi, and a slave trader happens to walk by, just like everybody's luck in Kenshi, right? They're going to enslave you. And what they're going to do is they're going to take off your shoes, put some shackles on you, and then they're going to cut your hair off eventually, right? Say you end up escaping later on. What's going to happen is you're going to become an ex-slave, and you're going to look like a slave and all that fun stuff. And people are going to try to attack you and re-enslave you because you look like a slave. Well, one of the cool things that you can do is you can decrease how much you look like a slave. One, by changing your clothes so you're not in raggedy clothes and all that fun stuff. But you can also go to a plastic surgeon and get your hair back. So that way you are less likely to get caught and you can continue on with your adventure. Tip number 6 is for your ranged players. Either on a mounted crossbow or just a regular crossbow, you can shoot through the gates of your base. This allows you to not only train your crossbow skill when you're getting raided, but it also allows you to wear down some of the enemies before they get in. The last and final tip that I have for you is, I personally think that you should look into some mods if you haven't already. Some individuals love to play with just the vanilla experience, and if that's you, I hope you enjoy. But after I played a lot, I kind of got bored and I started looking into mods, and it renewed that experience for me. Even if it's something as simple as weapons or armor that they add into the game, or they could add a completely new faction. And also one of the cool things is that some mods add a quest line, which is very interesting. So I highly recommend that you look at some mods. That being said, it is time for me to leave you guys with the dad joke of the day. What do you call an alligator detective? An investigator. Hey, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, go ahead and subscribe, and then also leave the video a like. All right, thank you guys so much. Have a good one.